Viewers and subscribers, so welcome back again. I want to do a quick one. And my torchlight is on Ngige. After scrutinizing and exposing the nyash of that one they call Kiyamo by proxy, because you know say we do torchlight every one of them. Ngige don't come and say in defense to tell us say they receive much from as a salary, just about 900 and something thousand naira. Just make una hear them.
Okay, what advice am I giving me? My salary is 942,000 naira a month.
Is that the total or just the basic?
That's my salary with my PA. Gross total after taxation.
Are you counting the allowances, Honorable Minister?
I'll give you.
Are you counting the allowances that accrue to your office,
like
or is
which
just
allowances? Like which one?
Are you saying you're not entitled to any other allowance apart from the 900,000 naira you get?
Okay, they mention it now. Why are you saying are you not entitled? You should be empirical.
Well, you tell Nigerians. You said which one. So are you entitled to any other allowance? Because I think it's statutory that aside the basic, you get other allowances either for transport, feeding, and all of that. Are you saying you do not get any of those allowances?
My feeding, my transport, the salary of one PA, the salary of my gardener, my cook, they are all consolidated. And after taxation, after heavy taxation, they pay me 942,000. Every minister you see, that's what it is.
Okay,
special advisors around that amount too. That's what it is.
Okay, that's interesting. Of course, we'll be checking that as well to follow up on that one that you made. But talk to us about the policies.
Please do.
We will.
The allowances are not anything. We don't have any allowances. Except if you travel, you can get duty tour allowance. Finish. Like every other public officer.
As in they talk, in the thing say in they deceive we Nigerians. Oh yes. Some people had come out to say, oh, that's quite a small amount of money, not up to $1,200. Hey, they're not receiving much. Oh, yes. They are not receiving much as a minister serving the public. Yet, the same man is fighting paltry 30,000 minimum wage for average Nigerian worker.
Today, Nigeria's minimum wage is at 30,000 naira, right? So if you were to do a quick calculation, the 30,000 naira minimum wage divided by the current dollar to naira, FX rate, you get $40. But in 2015, the minimum wage was 18,000 naira. If you were to use the exchange rate at that time, it was actually $91. That's 197 naira to a dollar at that point or thereabout. So that is the minimum wage situation 2015 versus today.
The rising cost of living in terms of payment for utilities, payment for transport, whether there is electricity in the utility section or water or whatever, is rising up. Cost of production world over, rising up. So Nigeria is not insulated from this particular predicament pervading the entire world. That is not to say that a worker is not due his wages, and that the wages that a worker should take is a wage that will take him home, as said in labor parlance. So Nigerian workers are right to ask for more. The Nigerian government is also right to give them what they have under the basis or the principles of ability or capacity to pay. That is the norm in labor. You don't promise what you cannot do. You don't tell your worker or your employee, I will pay you X amount of money, and then at the end of the day you pay X minus Y. No.
You see, what will you call that? Is that not witchcraft? What witchcraft is bigger than this one? No, tell me, Ngige, you are receiving, outside you have denied that you are not receiving, and everything is packaged together. So you are receiving a paltry less than 1 million naira every month. Yet, a professor is receiving far less than that. What are you sending? The message that it is more lucrative to be a politician than to be a professional. Though there's no need for you to go to school, just get a minimum certificate of primary school cert or secondary school O level. Then you are good to go. Do every toutish work you can do, become a politician, boom. That is the most lucrative work. And that is why Nigerians are completely impoverished. In a country where politics is more lucrative than entrepreneurship. Yes, tell me, what will you advise a young Nigerian, even a child in Nigeria, seeing all this, that there is dignity in labor, that you can go to school, acquire all the certificates, and become something more meaningful in life? Whereas in the same country, politicians who had no means of other livelihood are raking in millions or billions just because they are politicians handling one political office or the other, either appointed or even selected, as we are witnessing in this country. Oh yes, tell me. Whereas in the same country where Ngige is the labor minister, doctors are going on strike because their hazard allowance are not being paid. Their hazard allowance is nothing to write home about.
A strike by resident doctors, it is imminent. And, well, some have said, at least before this government goes, they hope that they will be able to curb this impending strike. Add to the fact that there's that bill for, doctors to stay back for 5 years at least before they get their full license. So I wonder what will be the thinking of this government. Is that something you support on the one hand, and are you speaking to the resident doctors such that they do not go on that strike?
Well, Kayode, I've told you earlier on before that Nigerian Medical Association have almost concluded the discussion on pay rise for medical doctors. The medical doctors who are resident doctors are part of NMA.
All right.
They are young doctors in training. So if NMA is negotiating on their behalf as the parent body, because they have about 4 affiliates into the NMA. We have them, NARD, you have Consultant Medical Practitioners Association, MDCAN. You have also the General Medical Practitioners. You have another group. So there are about 4 affiliate bodies into the NMA. So what the young men are doing is in bad taste, and I've told their president, you are disrespecting the NMA. The NMA is our parent body. The president of NMA is #1 doctor in Nigeria. So what they are doing is that they're crying wolf when there's none.
Okay, so I was asking if you support, just quickly, if you support that bill.
Negotiated this. Number 2, the bill in question, I don't support it. But you will not deny that legislator. He's right to put a private member's bill. It's not an executive bill. Even the speaker cannot stop that bill because the man is coming from a constituency. What happens in a private member's bill in National Assembly is either from your constituency that give it to you, or it's you that authored it after having a discussion with people in your constituency, and they say, this is what we think will cure this problem. But for me, that's trying to kill an ant or a fly with a sledgehammer.
You see why I say these people have no conscience? And the only way out of this mess is to retire them out of corridors of power, and at least bring in people who we believe in, that can at least start changing the narrative. It's not going to be by miracle. Even if P2B enters today, he's not going to clear all this mess at one shot. But at least we'll start seeing progress towards, changing this narrative. So, my people, that is all I'm bringing to you. In a country where public service pays more than you being an entrepreneur, when you have more poor people roaming about, youths without any hope, well, it's up to you. Drop your comment on the comment section. Do you agree with Ngige's narrative? Do you support him? Especially those of you who believe he is receiving far less. Do you think that Nigeria can do better than this? I'm just an advocate for good governance. Don't take it personal. Drop a comment on the comment section. Let's have your opinion on this. Subscribe, like and share, and stay safe. Bye-bye.